Welcome to this channel. Today this is going to be a very hot subject. I hope you have a glass of water ready. If you are new here, make sure that you subscribe so that you stay with the family. 16 ways that poor people waste money. I know that this video is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, but I also know that a good number of you are going to take it positively. And for those whom I'm going to rub the wrong way, please accept my apologies in advance. The reason I have made this video though is to highlight the possible money mistakes that you could be making. And these mistakes are the ones that are preventing you from moving ahead financially. So all I ask of you is to go through all these points and cross-check and see which ones you are guilty of, and if necessary, make the right changes and move ahead. My name is Dr. Emmanuel Amukun, the founder of Marvel's Dental Hospital here in Uganda. So let's go. The first one, money lenders and those loan apps. If you are trying to move ahead financially, you cannot think that you'll borrow your way out of poverty. And these money lenders and money loaning apps are the ones you must avoid as a plague. The reason is simple. Most of these apps and money lenders charge you more than 10% on the interest of the money they give you per month. If you calculate that, it goes to about 120% per annum. This is abnormally high. This kind of interest cannot allow you to invest this money and make a reasonable profit. Unfortunately, you are not really borrowing this money to invest, are you? Because if you are, then your best place to borrow money would have been a bank. Because most banks offer you interest of about 20-25%. Others even as low as 12% per annum. That means that they give you 1 to 2% per month. This will enable you to grow financially. So if you are guilty of this, the first place you must start from is to delete that money lending app and resolve never to go to money lenders to borrow money. Number 2, buying things that you don't need. Usually these kind of purchases are as a result of impulse buying. You see something and then you admire it and you just buy. Or you are like, oh, I might not be able to get this thing another time. Or I might not be able to get it at this price. It's on sale, so let me just buy it. And most of us are really guilty of this. So you end up buying so many shoes that you don't wear. You buy so many dresses, some of which you have never even put on even a single day. You buy kitchen appliances that you use once in a whole year, and so many things like that. The thing is, you should focus on what you really need. And you have to be clear on the difference between a need and a want. The truth is, there are very few things that you really need. Most of the things you have been made to believe that you need them, or you have been made to want them by the clever marketing of the sellers on TV or on social media. And these ads are only aimed at making you hand over your money to the sellers, making themselves richer and yourself poorer. Number 3, the latest gadgets. Whether it is a phone, a TV, computer, or even new cars. It is not uncommon to find people who are actually struggling financially, spending ridiculously high amounts of money on things like the latest iPhone, the latest TV, or any such things. The thing is, having money to be able to buy something does not mean that you actually afford it. And you must be asking, but all these successful people also buy these latest things. The problem is, they use a very tiny percentage of their income as compared to the percentage a poor person is actually using to also buy those gadgets. For those who want to move ahead, what you should be doing instead is to buy a gadget and keep it well. Use it for a longer time. And all that money that you would be using to keep on replacing gadgets every now and then, you can invest it into something else that can give you returns and you move ahead. Because having money to buy something does not necessarily mean that you can afford it. If you know the difference between the two, put your answer in the comment section. Number 4, good looks. Always call it glamour. Can you imagine that there are people who work so hard throughout the whole month And then at the end of the month, they spend that money on buying expensive wigs or use it to make expensive hairstyles. Things that are going to fade away even before the month ends. And all for what? Basically trying to impress people who are not doing any better than yourself. Haven't you ever noticed how rich and successful entrepreneurs have simple hairstyles and are unlikely to be found with the diamond or emerald rings all over their fingers? And even the few who have them, they actually use a tiny percentage of their excess income to buy these luxuries. The issue is the question of priority. If you are trying to move ahead financially, the priority should be to first fix your financial life, and then you can enjoy the luxuries later on with your excess income. Number 5, food waste. You probably don't have any idea of the value of the food that you are throwing away in terms of cash. But let me give you these rough figures. Research has found out that an average person throws away 40% of their vegetables, 17% of their dairy products, and 14% of their meat. Now imagine all that food that you cash. How much would that be? Now I want you to take a moment and calculate the amount you are spending on food, either by yourself or your family. Then take the percentages that you throw away and convert that into cash and see how much money that you are actually throwing away and what you could do with that money to get ahead financially. Number 6, miraculous diets. You know, all those weight loss diets, fitness therapies, sexual boosters. If we are to be sincere, would you really expect that weight that you have gained over a period of more than 25 years can be lost within 2 weeks just because you are taking some miraculous supplement? I don't think so. These products are designed to prey on those who are lazy and want quick fixes to their problems. The truth is, the only proven way of getting into shape is first to own the fact that you're out of shape and resolve to do something about it. Whether that means jogging, taking a walk around the block, or anything else that you can do. And you stick to it, be consistent for a while, and then you'll be able to see the results. So what you need is not some miraculous supplement, but a mindset change. Change your mindset and you do not need to spend any coin on things like that. Number 7, lucky charms and spiritual items. Isn't it ironic that it is the people who have very little money who spend it on buying lucky charms and all sorts of spiritual items, trying to enrich themselves? In Uganda, you have people spending lots of money buying things like holy water, holy rice, and of late, people are even getting holy canes in church.
Come. Guno si muggo. Wewe. Njagala omuggo gwange.
But have you taken keen interest to see that it is actually those who are poor and desperate on whom the sellers of these items prey on to sell these items, including being caned in church in the name of prosperity? Number 8, poor health habits. Here is the thing about health. If you ignore any health condition when it is small, you will surely pay much more later on. As a dentist, I tell my clients, if you ignore refilling that tooth early enough, you will have to do root canal treatment later on, or you might actually have to pay for an implant after losing that tooth. So if you don't want to pay consultation or checkup fees, you will surely have to pay much more later on when you have a more serious condition. Unfortunately, it is mostly the poor who think that paying for professional medical advice in forms of consultation and checkups is a waste of money. And in the end, they end up being hospitalized and this will end up costing a lot of money, and not to mention the time that you spend in the hospital that you could have used for other productive things. And not to mention that burials are way more expensive than treatment. Number 9. For numbers 9 to 16, just make sure that you watch this video here.